Hi, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the Home Care Association of America, Jennifer, Jason, everybody for having us up here for the third year in a row. It's been really humbling and exciting. My name is Alon. I'm the co-founder of Sensi AI. And how amazing it is that we can provide our seniors right now a 24/7 around-the-clock care between the perfect amount of physical hours of care that they actually need, together with a 24/7 virtual care by our system. Through Sensi, you could really work smarter, care better, and grow faster. And I was asked to talk about a few of the ROI factors that Sensi helps you bring. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share a little bit of those, then I'm going to actually wrap it all together with a story, and then we'll go and Tim, who's a client of Sensi, will share some more information with you. So Sensi really helps with four main pillars of your industry, of your business. The first thing is really empowering and in caregiver retention through matching caregiver and clients better, help with training opportunities, also reward programs. Sensi helps a lot with optimizing your care plan when care is needed. If you audit your businesses, you're all going to see that about 85% of seniors that receive care at home do not actually get the sufficient amount of care they actually need. There's many reasons for that. You all know that. So through AI data, you can actually show the family what's actually needed and when, which help optimize the care plan, reduce the risk, and usually increase your billable hours as well. Sensi helps with reduction of hospitalization rates and readmissions, as well as increasing your lifetime value of a client. We've done some studies. I'd love to share some more information with you, but Tim is going to talk about that. To wrap it all together for you, I actually want to show you the demo environment of our care feed and actually let you listen to what it looks like in a real client environment. So it's going to be a little tasking. It was an example in a case study I was asked specifically to show you. So hopefully, all you understand the use of Sensi. So this is our care feed. Our new care feed is built in a way where we prioritize the data based on urgency, color-coded, severity, and tells you exactly what you need to know as you need to know. I'm going to tell you about a client named Diana. Diana was a senior about 4 years ago in a home care agency in Napa Valley. I've done hundreds of assessments in the homes before I started talking about it and was invited to do an assessment in Diana's home. As I walked into Diana's home, it was very clear she had severe dementia, and to the home care owner, myself, and the family, it was very clear she could not stay by herself. She needed 24/7 around-the-clock care. The family agreed to it until they heard how much it cost, and then they almost needed 24/7 care. FYI, spoiler alert, Northern California, $1,100 a day for 24/7 4 years ago, extremely expensive. Family ended up agreeing on 9 hours of care per day, split shift, 7 days a week, and they launched a care plan. Within the first 30 days, Diana fell 3 times and was hospitalized 3 separate times. I don't need to tell you how pissed off the family was, screaming at the caregiver, blaming her. Caregiver's trying to quit, agency is frustrated, created a mess. The owner calls me up, says, Alon, let's put Sensi in the home. We put Sensi in the home. Within 3 days, we know exactly what's happening. The system showed that surprisingly, the caregiver actually showed up in time, 7 a.m. clockwork, did a great job. However, Diana was waking up a little earlier than that. So I'm going to share this data with you. Stay with me, and hopefully you'll find it impactful. So I'm going to go to Diana's profile, and I'm going to show you how it will. The indication showed that a suspected disturbed sleep pattern was detected between the hours of 5 to 6 a.m. with high level of care needs during this period. As you scroll down, you will see the transcript of exactly what's happening within the home, but it also follows up with an audio clip of 5 to 60 seconds. The caregiver showed up at 7 a.m., but Diana was waking up at 5. So Diana wakes up at 5 and screaming for help. When the data reviewed by our dementia specialist, they said when she wakes up, she's giving someone 10 to 12 seconds opportunity to come and help her because she's still cognitively there. In this situation, Diana's screaming from 5:03 until 5:58, 55 minutes every morning, screaming for help. This gets louder and louder and more difficult. After 55 minutes, Diana starts getting in distress, starts crying, hyperventilating, panicking. want you all to take a few seconds to think how many of your clients are dealing with this on a day-to-day basis within the home and you don't know about. So this gives you the opportunity to know. It's 6:03, Diana needs to use the bathroom.
Please. I have to pee. I have to
What's the difference here? She's in a loop. She's going to go again and again and louder, and she's not stopping.
I have to pee.
I'll save you the next one. Poop is coming. She's going to soil her bed and get very uncomfortable. At this point, it's a waiting game. Whether she tries to get up and she falls, or the caregiver comes in and walk into what I call a bloodbath situation. Either way, you as the home care owner unintentionally setting your caregiver up for failure by sending him to this situation, because as you're going to hear right now, when the caregiver walks in at 7 a.m. on time and does a great job, they're experiencing this.
Oh,
Hello. Hi, Diane.
go away.
How are you?
Go away.
I'm going away. I just want to make sure that you're fine and then I get out of here. Everything is okay?
Already a bad start to the shift. Now the caregiver got to leave the room for a few minutes, give her a few minutes to calm down, and hopefully they can come back and change her and attend to her. Do you think that's going to go smoother a few minutes later? Watch how the caregiver leans in and tries to help her and change her. What happens then?
Just
Get out.
wait a minute.
Get out of my room.
Diana, I need to check your diaper.
I want out of my room.
Now, without Sensi, there is no way you know about any of that, ever. Here, within 30 seconds, if I don't commentate here, in 30 seconds, you know exactly what the problem is, you know exactly how to address it, and you have an action plan in place. How do you action on it? You slide up, you have a choose action. All the action will be dropped down. You can choose from the options or type one yourself. Your whole team will be included here. You assign it to the care manager that will be attending to this situation. You add a comment in the comment box. You'll see in a second why. Here it's Diana's shifts were updated in order to provide support during peak hours of distress, and you do add. At this moment, within 60 seconds, we know what happened, we have an action plan, we know where to spend our day. So, now the system is creating a comprehensive care report that will aggregate the data for you every 2 weeks and give you the opportunity to now deliver that message to the family, okay? If it's just a peace of mind to get off these high-maintenance clients off your shoulder, you just send it with a bill every 2 weeks. But when there's an actionable item, you want to present it to the family. The owner took this care report that combines main takeaways, caregiver performance, top care recommendations, action items, timeline of events, and summary. The owner takes that into the client's home and tell the family, hey, listen, I told you 24/7. You said no. I'm not pointing any fingers. But this is not negotiable. We need 2 more hours in the morning, 1 more hour at night to stop the suffering, the falls, the injuries, the mental anguish Diana is going through every morning. And this should help the caregiver also want to come here. And by the way, the hospitalizations that you keep paying for cost more than those 3 hours will cost you. Family says, okay, no problem. Diana is not fallen or hospitalized in 14 months, not even once. More impressive, the caregiver and the client satisfaction and score went from 0 to 100% satisfaction, all by sending your client in, your caregiver in, when they're needed, which we don't always know. I'm gonna stop right here. I have Tim Welbaum from Visiting Angels, Michigan, that's been our client for 2 years, to tell you a little bit about the data that he has experienced. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thank you, Alon. I appreciate it. How cool is that? I mean, seriously, we're in a time and age right now where we can be there when we're not there, and it is being used for so much good. So I'm Tim Welbaum, as Alon said, Visiting Angels, South Central Michigan, so out of Adrian. I'm a peer today, so regardless of where I'm from, I am a peer of yours today, all right? I have gone through the struggles every day that most of you or all of you in here have faced, all right? And as a peer, what I want to do today is I want you to think of, or I want you to hear my journey with Sensi, because I truly believe it's going to be beneficial to everybody in here. Obviously, Alon just put on one heck of a demonstration, right, with real clients, but how would it be if it was truly your own client? One that you may have sat in the living room with just a few weeks ago, and now you have technology that literally is saving their lives. It's so amazing. So over the next few minutes, I want to share my personal experiences with Sensi and how it has made such a profound difference, not just for my agency, but most importantly, and why we're in this, for our clients and their family members, right? My motivation is rooted in a appreciation I have right now, okay? A passion I have for serving our senior community, just like all of you. So I've witnessed firsthand the tremendous impact that Sensi has had in literally saving the lives of my clients, preventing injuries of my clients, and super important for us, reducing hospitalizations for my clients. That was monumental to witness within my agency as the owner. And it's the reason that I truly believe Sensi is an absolute no-brainer moving forward. And the reason it's a no-brainer is because we use Sensi as a standard of care. We're not giving our clients really an option to go ahead and to accept this as like a premium priced item. No. If you go with Visiting Angels over in Adrian, Michigan, you are getting Sensi as standard of care. Now, people get a little nervous about when you're talking about AI, right? I learned very quickly that is not even an issue if we move it from Sensi or we move it from artificial intelligence in the discussion, we move it to something I call a care and safety program. All of a sudden, everything changes. We have a care and safety program. That's why you're going to want to go with me. That's why we truly do stand out in our community. We're the only one that offers it, and it can catch a fall at 2 a.m., even though our caregiver's only there from 9 to 12. How impressive is that? All of a sudden, when I talk about my care and safety program, every adult child on that phone is going to get me into that house right away for an assessment. All right, so everyone in here knows that this industry can be extremely daunting. Families often struggle with being able to afford, or many times they say they can't afford, the level of care that we all know they need. Their loved ones definitely need it, and many can only afford a few hours of it each day. So this leaves a significant gap where seniors are on their own, and which is often filled with anxiety for both them and, of course, their families who already have too much on their plate, right? You know, many of them in that sandwich position or generation where they're trying to care for mom and dad, but at the same time, they've got sports and kids and their own job to hold down. So they are overwhelmed. How amazing is it if you have this care and safety program called Sensi that you can go ahead and ensure is going to make their life so much easier? All right, so this is where Sensi comes into play. This innovative solution has allowed my agency to provide safety coverage around the clock. It's giving both our clients and families exactly what they truly desire, which is peace of mind. Imagine knowing that even when a caregiver isn't physically present, there's a system in place to monitor the safety of your loved one. Let me dig into that a little bit deeper, okay? If a caregiver is using or scheduled for a very common shift, at least where I'm from, of 3 hours, Monday through Friday, that only provides 15 hours of coverage a week. Normally, that means the client is without care for about 153 hours a week, which includes, for many of them, not scheduling over the weekend. So that's 48 hours that many of my clients go without anybody checking on them. That's a lot to worry about for the family members and, of course, the clients too. But since I implemented Sensi into all of my homes, okay, anybody who is a new client, again, it is standard of care with us. My families are extremely happy and less stressed out knowing that they now have 24/7 coverage for the same price they're going to pay with me anyways. The same price they're going to probably pay down the street. Truth is, I only raised my prices $1 an hour 18 months ago. And guess what? That $1 an hour all of a sudden allowed me to be able to put this in their homes. Whether they knew it was going to be good for them or not, it's well worth that $1 an hour. And my agency now provides everybody with a guaranteed peace of mind because, again, it's standard of care. Also, this part that I'm going to talk about, Sensi, is so neat. Sensi doesn't just stop at continuously assessing the home to catch the anomalies, which it does. It goes deeper by keeping track of the senior's physical, emotional, and cognitive health. Within my agency, Sensi has detected falls, cries for help, early signs of urinary tract infections. How cool is that? Keep them out of the hospital because we're going to get the UTIs caught days before the average person or physician would be able to catch it. All right, it can catch depression, it can catch medication errors. Last week, well, it was a couple weeks ago now, I have an actual audio recording that we caught, that we addressed with the family. Dad takes care of mom, right? Mom's got Alzheimer's or dementia, and dad was asking, hey, mom, or hey to his spouse, is it 1 pill or 2 pills when he was setting up her meds? All of a sudden, Sensi picks that up, sends it to us as potential confusion with medication. We call the family, and now all of a sudden, we're able to let the family know that, hey, I know dad's done this for years, but guess what? We're probably getting to a point where we need to get something more, more professional or safe with a system in place, because dad might be getting to that point now where he no longer can remember what mom's meds need to be. And again, we're likely keeping her out of hospitalization. So my favorite thing about Sensi is the fact that we're now able to be proactive toward preventing emergencies. And that is what I've noticed as the beauty of true artificial intelligence in this industry. The system keeps us informed of the client's trends and patterns, and AI helps us to proactively prevent those negative incidents from happening to our seniors. And guess what happens when we prevent negative incidents from occurring with our clients? I don't have to tell you this, right, as business owners, but then our hours stay up. We don't lose them, and we get to keep our clients safe, aging in place, where I think we all want to be, is aging in place, right? So let me share a few real-world examples with you. Since implementing Sensi in my agency, I've seen clients who weren't scheduled for care for the weekend have a fall on Friday, and after the caregiver, of course, had gone home. And instead of lying on the floor Saturday and Sunday and waiting until Monday morning for us to return, Sensi picked it up. We were immediately able to, we got the notification via text, phone call, and email. My on-call picks it up, 2 a.m. We go ahead and we're able to quickly check the link, listen to the audio, just like you heard here, and assess the situation. And we immediately call EMS. Okay, well, actually, we call the family first, and nobody answers. The individual's obviously on the floor, he's not gonna answer. Now we call EMS, they go, report to the client's home, and we give them our number to call us back. And we quickly can get that individual taken care of, and if it was serious, they're not gonna be bleeding out or passing away over the next 48 hours when nobody's checking on them. So we've also been able to catch health issues before they escalate into hospitalizations, such as UTIs, right, or preventing medication errors, which has been a huge relief for the families. And the feedback I receive has been overwhelmingly positive. Imagine individuals living through that. Do you think they're going to tell their friends and family? Do you think they're going to bring that up around, getting together here soon around the holidays? Heck yeah, they are. This is significant. They are so blown away at what we can do now, and they're not going to be talking about it taking over the world. No, they're going to be talking about how amazing your company is because it has this care and safety program and this amazing technology. So let's see here. So now I know every one of you in here is probably wondering, like, what has it truly done for your business, right, Tim? As you can see here, my base clients have gone from 75 clients up to 141 clients. Our weekly billable hours increased from 1,189 hours all the way up to 2,201 this week. Gross revenue jumped nearly 50%, and my absolute favorite metric, and why I saved it for last, is our conversion rate from the initial inquiry phone call, when of course they're calling to shop us, right, and they want to know the price and they want to get off the phone to call the next one. Since that phone call, my actual conversion rate from the call to getting scheduled for an assessment in person, where I get to be in front of the decision makers, has skyrocketed from 33% up to 85%. All right, these metrics not only reflect our growth in the business, which is fantastic, but it also underscores the remarkable benefits of Sensi and what it's bringing to our clients and our families. It's so important. Now, many of you probably wonder, how the heck did you boost your success rate or with converting phone calls from 33% of the time all the way up to 85% of the time getting in front of those decision makers in a real person assessment. It's actually pretty straightforward. It turns out I was able to stop using all those generic lines that everyone uses, right? It turns out when people call me and they ask what makes me different, I can go yada, yada, yada. Basically, we have the best caregivers, and we're the top agency around, and the caregivers are the most reliable, and so is my staff. But let's face it, prospective clients hear that from every agency they call. And although you truly believe it in your head that you are the best, and you may be, it's the same thing they're hearing over and over. But for the past 18 months, I've been able to introduce Sensi right off the bat during our lead calls. All of a sudden, whether they ask for it or not, I'm able to tell them why we truly stand out among our peers in the area, among our competitors. So one of the most rewarding aspects of using Sensi is how it fosters stronger connections between caregivers and clients. Sensi catches those beautiful moments between a client and a caregiver. This is so cool, because when caregivers receive recognition for their positive interactions, it boosts their morale, it's going to improve your retention, and it encourages them to provide even better care, right? Because now they know, wait a second, I could get more compliments. They love hearing that stuff. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want to emphasize that my journey with Sensi is not just about my agency. It's about making a tangible difference in the lives of seniors and their families. We, as the home care agencies throughout America, have the power right now, especially you in this room, to transform the home care industry and ensure that our clients can continue living in their homes with dignity and safety.